Let's make an Instant Pot roast dinner. You no longer have to cook pot roast all day long. In an Instant Pot, you can cook a pot roast dinner in just under 2 hours. Let's show you how we do it. We're going to start out by quartering off this onion. We're going to slice it into 4 pieces. Now turn your Instant Pot on to saute mode, throw some olive oil in there, throw them onions in there, and let's get to sauteing them bad boys up. Once those are done, you're going to pull them out, and then you're going to throw some carrots in there and saute those up for a few minutes. We're not trying to get them mushy. We're just trying to get them a little cooked up. While that's going, we're going to go ahead and take this here chuck roast. We're going to cut it up into some big cubes, and then we're going to season them on up. All right, there's many recipes out there calling for rosemary and thyme when you season up your chuck roast, but we like to use the blend from Kinder's because it's just salt, pepper, and garlic. We like to keep it simple with our seasonings. Season all 4 sides of the cube, each one of them, and then we're going to get ready to brown them bad boys in that Instant Pot. You're going to notice that we use the Instant Pot for everything short of the gravy. All right, we've set aside the carrots with the onions, and now we're going to throw in some olive oil, and then we're going to just brown the sides of the chuck roast. We're going to lock in some of that flavor right now. Flip them over, brown the other sides. Look at the little browning that's going on each piece of meat. That's what you want. You want it to get a little brown. You're not wanting to cook all the way through on this. You want it just to brown out the edges. Once that's done, we're going to pull those out and set them to the side. We got to get all that flavor that's stuck on there, all that seasoning and everything. So we're going to throw in some beef broth. We're just going to whisk it all off, get all that, scrape it up, and add it into your broth mix. All right, next up, you're going to throw all that meat back in there. You're going to notice that I have a lot of meat because I just kind of doubled the recipe because we like the leftovers. Once that's done, pour the rest of the beef broth right in there, right on top of that bad boy. Now we're going to add the onions, and we're going to go ahead and mix those onions in there with the meat a little bit. Just kind of get some pieces down in there with that meat. All right. Now you're going to close the lid on this thing, seal it up, and you're going to set the timer to manual and 50 minutes. You're going to let that set. You're going to prepare your potatoes. You're going to peel them up. Then you're going to chop them up. You can make them as big or as small as you want. I do mine a little bit smaller because my family likes to mash them up and turn them into kind of like a mashed potato with that beefy flavor. All right. Once that 50 minutes is up, we're going to release the pressure. We're going to open it up. We're going to throw in the carrots and potatoes. Then we're going to close it right back up, seal it back up, and we're going to run it for about 10 minutes. Give or take, depending on how much you like your potatoes soft. If you like them a little bit more firm, then go a little bit less. But we do 10 minutes. It comes out great. Carrots taste great. Potatoes are nice and soft. You can mash them up. Now, just before that 10 minutes is up, you're going to take a couple teaspoons of cornstarch. You're going to throw in some cold water. You're going to stir it up because this is what we're going to use to thicken up all that juice to make some gravy. All right, time's up. We're going to release the pressure. We're going to open it up, and there you have it. There's your pot roast dinner sitting right there. You're going to pull the potatoes and the carrots out. You're going to take some of that juice out. You're going to throw it into a pot, get it to boil, and then slowly stir in that mixture of cornstarch and water, and then just keep turning it, keep it boiling and simmering until it's ready to go. And there you have it. Instant pot roast dinner, most tenderest, juiciest pot roast dinner you're ever going to have. Give it a try. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more recipes, and we'll see you next time.